Hey friends, it is Mel Adair here with the Friendship Revolution, and today I'm joined by Jennifer Bowden of ZestHealthyEating.com. Jennifer is a nutritionist who talks about the health of the healthy mindset behind eating, and she brings so much good conversation to the table. And we've already done a couple different segments that I've had so many light bulb moments, and I was just sharing with Jennifer what a delight it is to have somebody with her passion join me for an interview. And so in this segment, we're actually talking about COVID and this shelter in place and the impact that this has had on many of our physiques and the mindset that goes with that. So Jennifer, go ahead and share your perspective on this shame that is kind of associated with our quarantine, or our the 10 or the 15 pounds that maybe people have put on during this time. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, I think that's the exact thing, is you've hit the nail on the head with it being the shame that's associated with it. And I feel like that shame is created from outside influences, and largely that's created by what I would refer to as diet culture, or what most nutritionists would talk about as diet culture. So there's a real culture nowadays for us all to try and be thinner and make sure we're eating right so we don't put on weight. You know, everyone's trying to get thinner. In fact, I saw a research study the other day that said 87% of American women wish that they were thinner. And this was women aged from 25 to 89 years of age. And I've got to be honest, I felt a little sad to think that there are 89-year-old women out there who still think that they need to lose weight, because we are valuable for so much more than our body shape. Your body is just one part of you. And I'm sure you'd agree that for your family and your friends, the value that they see in you is in the person that you are inside. Your friendship, whether it's your humor, your kindness, your caring, your fun, your intellect, your insights, you know, your body is just one part of you. But we live in a culture where we keep being directed back to look at our image, to look in the mirror, to check that, you know, to body check, if the rolls around my tummy, are they too big? Do I fit into my clothes, or are my clothes too tight? But the reality is, there are some things we need to know. Like, one, it's the job of your clothes to fit you. It is not your job to change your body to fit your clothes. Clothes need to fit you. It's their job to fit you, not vice versa. Your job as well, in terms of looking after your body, is to be healthful and to nourish it. But we also need to kind of accept that we are, all of us, designed to be different shapes and sizes. Some of us are 6 foot, some are 5 foot tall, and we can't change what height we are, just as much as we can't really change our body shape. Some of you will know that some are more curvier, some are thinner, some are more muscular. And I think it's important first that I just want to lay that foundation of just to admit and start with. So most of us probably don't even accept that based on that research, a woman wants to be thinner. So when you put quarantine on top of that, you end up with this real sort of shame and guilt and embarrassments, and like, oh gosh, am I going to come out of, you know, when we finally get out of lockdown and we can get out and I socialize, my friends are going to go, oh, look how much weight she's put on. And, you know, I would love for that not to be a reality. And I think we have the choice to reject that to start with as well, to be able to turn around and say, I'm actually not going to buy into that. This is a pandemic of a scale that no one in our generation has seen before, or even probably our parents' generation haven't seen before. I mean, we're probably going back to World War II, World War I, the Spanish flu, those kinds of situations before anyone has had to deal with something this big. And for our culture and society and social media around us to be putting pressure on us about, oh goodness, you put on 5 pounds, it's like, I'm alive, you know, my family's alive. In the scheme of things, does 5 pounds matter? It doesn't matter, you're alive. And the thing is, you have saved people's lives by staying at home. All of us, everyone who's chosen to stay at home and follow those orders and those directions and those guidelines, and to wear their mask and to wash their hands and to sanitize, you've done all of those things not just to protect yourself, to protect others. And if it meant that you weigh 5 pounds or 10 pounds more, then I say, so what? Like, it doesn't matter. In the scheme of things, when you get back out and you get into your normal routine, you'll probably head back to whatever your natural set point weight is anyway. And I guess the one it'll be challenging for is people that are really strictly trying to stick to a diet, trying to downside, and not wanting to put anything on. For them, that feels like a huge backward step. The only thing I guess I can say to that is I'd really ask you to question yourself whether you are trying to shift your body to a size and shape that it doesn't naturally want to go to. So if you find there's like a natural weight and stuff that you always return to, then sometimes we need to stop and go, well, hey, is this just where my body is designed to be? And every time I'm trying to diet and force it to be thinner, I'm actually battling against my own body. And your body sees that restriction of food as starvation. And so it tries to save you by slowing your metabolism down, by ramping up your appetite. And that's why it gets so difficult to stick to that eating regime. And you think, oh my gosh, why can't I get more self-control? And like, there's nothing wrong with you, girlfriend. You're fine. It's not that you lack self-control, it's that your body's trying to save you. So I guess maybe quarantine and lockdown is a good time to rethink those kind of things that you think about your body. And, you know, every time you see a message about your body or weight gain, or somebody says something, or see something on social media saying, oh gosh, you know, who's put on weight during lockdown, really take a second look at that message and go, why are they saying that? And what does this actually achieve? Like, does this really matter? Like, the fact that so many people feel the need to share messages about not gaining weight during lockdown, I don't know. I would just ask you to sort of just question them and go, what is in this for them? Why are we all putting pressure on each other about this? We're alive, and that is what matters.
Yes, and I love that perspective on that. So thank you so much for even bringing that to the table, that we are alive. We are alive, and we've had the opportunity, like you said, to save other lives by making healthy choices for ourselves, by staying in. And what are those pounds in comparison to the lives if we were still out there and possibly contaminating somebody else? So really, those pounds are not like, and I love that you said your body will go back to where it needs to once your activity level changes. And I think that for me, with slowing down so much, that has forced me to think about, okay, I just don't feel good. So being in touch with, because I'm not as active, so what are some alternatives there? But really the mindset that I feel like has shifted for me in just talking to you is, get yourself off the hook. You have been home, and this is a big deal. This isn't just a me thing or my town thing or my state thing. This is global. This is global. So I really appreciate your thoughts on that. I look forward to our next segments. We've already done a couple segments, and they are all so good. You are so good at what you do, and the thoughts that you bring to the table that can be applied today and right now to help us rethink our relationship with food and with health. Again, this is Jennifer Bowden with ZestHealthyEating.com. Please go check out her website. Ring the bell here on this video, on this station, so that you get notified when we release the next videos. Subscribe, comment below, because Jennifer will be reading those and replying if you have questions or comments. Hope you appreciate this video. Share it with your friends, and we will catch you in the next segment.